If you're not tracking it, you're guessing. Welcome to the Doing What You Know Friday community video. These Fridays are about slowing things down just enough to reflect, reconnect, and reinforce what you're building. Not just in your business or goals, but in yourself. If you've had a strong week, great. If it's been messy, you're still exactly where you need to be. Most people feel like they're making progress. They feel busy, they feel productive, they feel like they're doing the work. But feeling productive and being productive are not the same thing. Without tracking, you don't actually know how often you're showing up, or how consistent you really are, or whether your actions are producing results. You're operating on perception, and perception is often wrong. If you can't see it, you can't improve it. That's the reality, because improvement requires feedback, and feedback requires measurement. Without tracking, you repeat the same mistakes. You overestimate your effort and you underestimate your consistency. Tracking removes all of that. It gives you something real. There have been times where I believed I was being consistent. I felt like I was showing up. I felt like I was doing the right things. But when I actually tracked my actions, the truth was different. I wasn't as consistent as I thought. I had gaps. I missed days. I had inconsistent effort. And that was hard to see at first because it challenged what I believed about myself. But it also gave me something powerful: clarity. Now I wasn't guessing anymore. Now I could actually improve something real. Let's be honest, tracking is simple, but it's not always comfortable because tracking exposes truth, and truth removes excuses. It forces you to see what you actually did, or what you didn't do, or where you were inconsistent. A lot of people would rather feel like they're progressing than know they're not. That's why they avoid tracking. And here's something powerful: when you start tracking something, you naturally start improving it. You don't even have to force it because awareness creates adjustment. If you track daily actions, work output, and habits, you begin to notice patterns. And once you notice patterns, you start changing them. In pickleball, improvement doesn't happen randomly, it comes from awareness. You start noticing where your shots are landing, what mistakes you keep making, and how your positioning affects outcome. Without that awareness, you repeat the same errors. With awareness, you adjust faster. Tracking works the same way in life. It gives you awareness, and awareness drives improvement. When you don't track, you rely on memory, and memory is unreliable. You think, I worked hard this week, I showed up most days, and I've been consistent. But those are assumptions. Tracking replaces assumptions with facts, and facts lead to better decisions. A lot of people make this too complicated. They try to track everything. That's a mistake. You don't need to track everything. You need to track what matters most. Focus on daily actions, core habits, and key outputs. Keep it simple, because simple systems get used. Complex systems get ignored. You don't need advanced analytics. You don't need dashboards. You just need visibility. Even something as simple as, did I do it today? Yes or no? That alone creates awareness, and awareness creates consistency. Tracking daily is powerful, but reviewing weekly is where real improvement happens, because now you can ask yourself, what worked, what didn't, where did I fall off, and what needs to change. That's how you turn tracking into progress. When you combine tracking and consistency, you remove randomness. Progress becomes predictable, and you no longer hope that things are going to improve. You build improvement. Instead of asking, how do I improve? Start asking, what am I tracking? Because what you track, you improve, and what you ignore stays the same. If you want to close the gap between knowing and doing, tracking gives you the awareness to improve. Inside the Doing What You Know community, we focus on building simple systems that create real results. The link below is a team referral rotator for active members inside the community, and access to that rotator is one of the benefits of being active inside the group. You can join at www.doingwhatyouknow.com/team. Next week, we're going to take this one step further. We're going to talk about feedback loops, because once you track something, you need to adjust it. If you're watching this and you're not actively inside the Doing What You Know community, understand this. Progress doesn't come from knowing more. It comes from being in an environment that keeps pulling you forward when you normally drift back. That's what this community exists for. Join us at doingwhatyouknow.com/school. It's SKOOL. Get involved, stay visible, and keep doing what you know.